Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on Shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine the best whiskey to drink to help deal with your relatives this holiday season.
Oh, yeah.
My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Brandon Eckhart, Cailee Baker, Danny Kennard, and Lenny Eckstein.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey, guys. Hello.
I feel like this is maybe one of the most important shows we've ever done to help our audience deal with their relatives during the holiday season. We're only 9 days out from Christmas here, so it's going to be here before we know it, and this is good information, but it also leaves you enough time to go out and get whatever bottle we recommend. So we got people leaving, but we can do a question just for the who's left here, Becca.
Everyone's gone, apparently. Everyone
Becca,
left.
you said that you had something you wanted to ask us about. What is that?
Well, I didn't actually have a question. I more so had a PSA that you guys can add onto this this PSA that I have.
All right.
And this was something I was thinking about earlier. So this year, you're going to notice a lot of things. And this is just an issue a lot for a lot of craft distilleries and also I would imagine the big distilleries as well. So if you're out at a craft distillery that you go to a lot and you are noticing a lack of certain products on the shelf, you start noticing that their bottles are different. Maybe their quality of corks or the type of corks that they use are going to be a lot different. Maybe you can't find Glencairns. Just like I said, missing things that you are used to them being there a lot. And it's just like this. It's obviously something I've been thinking about often because we're a craft distillery and it's all the craft distilleries, I think anyways, I'm assuming Lenny and Brandon may are having these issues as well. And Cailee, there is an issue right now, a major issue with supply chain. I'm not sure if everyone else here is seeing that sort of issues at all or not.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I can give you the numbers to it.
It's atrocious, and it really sucks for us right now because, and this is not me trying to complain. I just want the general consumers to understand the fact that when you're not seeing things like our chocolate truffle on the shelf, you're not seeing like bourbon ball, you're not seeing we always do a holiday cream, or you're seeing like the type of corks has changed up, or even just the plastic seals on the top of our bottles is maybe different from even different ones on the shelf, just in general. It's not because we stopped giving a shit. It's because a lot of the craft distillers out there, we can't find the things that we generally use all the time. And so we're just trying to get products out there.
I'll give you a perfect example of it. Last month, I called my bottle supplier. If I'm lucky enough to get bottles in March, which is the first thing he told me, my price
just 5 months away, people.
Yes. In my price, he tells me I'm lucky if it's under a 400% increase.
Oh my God.
I'm lucky.
And that is exactly
that's why you were looking at different bottles. You should be.
Yeah,
right.
and
bottle. Every bottle's the same.
Yeah,
I'm calling them right now saying, "What can you send me?"
Exactly. And that's exactly it. And I just like it. I see it every single day with my husband trying to deal with this shit and like getting the labels. Getting labels. We couldn't get labels for a while because they couldn't get the fucking adhesive for the back of the labels.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, then they'll send things, and this like what they send us. We had probably 2 full pallets of just bourbon bottles that were sent to us, where half the bottles, the quality of them, they were breaking if they were not already broken when we would fill them up because they were so thin.
Yeah.
And that's the ones that we found, that we caught. And it's just, I mean, everyone is dealing with this stuff, this whole supply chain crisis fucking bullshit. But I really just want the general consumer, especially right now, because this is coming out around Christmas time, to just remember that as much of a pain in the ass as it is for you to get, to be able to buy the things that you want because you're not necessarily seeing them on a shelf, or maybe the bottle's not what you like. You loved one before that, and now it's different. It's really, really hard for all the craft people, and I would imagine the big guys too, just to try to get you out the product that you want and to get it the same way that you've always had it. And like the product itself that's in the bottle is going to be really good, but just be okay with the fact that if like our labels are different or the bottles are a little bit different, just be fucking patient and be okay with the fact that it's not going to always be the same.
I have a hard time believing that big companies are having this issue, because I feel like in any sort of shortage, they're going to go for the people that are, making the most money for them. So they're going to still continue to supply the Jack Daniels, the Maker's Mark, the Evan Williams of the world, and they're going to cut out the craft distilleries just because they're not able to order as much, that we can't order 15 pallets of a bottle at any sort of time. And so those 15 pallets that are on a fucking boat somewhere are getting shipped to the biggest distilleries out there
They are, but we can't catch all the stuff that's coming in right now because, the ports that they're shipping from are so much larger than the ports that they're going to. We just can't catch it. Yeah. And they're saying now that a single container, regardless of what's inside of it, went from 3 months ago at $1,800 to bring it from China to LA to $30,000 this month.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. You like that, Lenny? That's $30,000 for the same 40-foot container.
It's not,
it doesn't matter what widget's in it.
It's not good. And I was thinking about this when we were driving home today, and it just, I don't even know why I thought about it. Cause we might end up facing Royce has been really good about just being like, what you have right now, the ones we have of what we need, I will buy all of those and just ship them here. And we're lucky enough to be able to do that and to just keep those back, and we'll have them for a while, but it's not like that for every product that we have. And so you'll see a difference in bottles. And guess what? We haven't done this yet, but you might get something in a fucking wine bottle. You don't know. And some of the, the higher quality products that we want to do, they might not have the best quality top on them necessarily that we would
the label that's made for that style bottle and all that sort of stuff.
And when I first got here 2020, Royce had some really cool corks that had our name printed around the corks, which looked really cool. Just getting those. Yeah. Steve, that one right there. That is such a cool cork. But even just getting those and getting them in a timely manner, it's a fucking nightmare. And it sucks.
Our whole lives are a nightmare these days. So
everyone's is.
We gotta quit talking about this. This is enough on the subject. My God,
come on, Steve.
We get kicked in the nuts with everything that we do. Go to the grocery store, you get kicked in the nuts. So tell me about my one thing that I enjoy. My drinking is now.
Well, guess what? It's still
to have this on during our Zoom call.
Right.
So, what you enjoy might be different, but just get fucking used to it.
It's out there.
We're trying. At least we're trying to at least putting them in the bottles that we have.
You've done the hard work.
We don't want people to complain about the fact that it's in a different type of bottle.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
What I want the consumers to know is that no matter what type of bottle is in, whatever we can grab, we will grab, and we will still serve you the best fucking liquor that you can find around.
Exactly.
That's
from a craft distillery.
That's important.
That is the main point.
It's that we need to get to.
But no
matter what type of bottle
might not be exact to what you wanted or what it has always been before. It might change.
And hey, if it's in one of those bottles that will only fit on your fucking top shelf
going.
of your bourbon
Still being talked
collection,
about.
so be it.
Please stop.
Can I spin this a different way? Maybe you can tolerate this, Steve, if not cut me off.
Yes, it's still going. It's still going. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's going in a different direction.
We always want to be the one. We want to be that island where there's no problems. There's no politics on this island. There's
problems.
Stuff. There's not little problems of the bottling. We leave all that behind. We know all that shit's going on.
We don't, Steve. What are you talking about?
During the day,
we literally just bitch and complain on this podcast all the time. What are you talking about?
There's 30 minutes
about fucking bullshit.
There's 30 minutes. We can leave.
30 minutes. It wasn't 30 minutes. We didn't even start till after the half hour.
The show is supposed to be 30 minutes. This is going to be an hour now, but it's all about whining about.
It's not whining, Steve.
It's whining about our industry.
And guess what?
Constructive criticism.
The shows we do is whining and bitching about bullshit. So get over it.
Bourbon in our hands.
It is.
I just want to move on to the next segment.
My glass is empty. Can we talk
Mine
about
too. My God. My God.
I mean, if I can,
like an
that's all I
after-school
need.
special. It's a very special episode of the Bourbon Daily, and then we have to be serious. We have
Guess
to talk
what?
about
We're already talking about bitching about our fucking in-laws, Steve. So I guess we can fucking bitch about some other things as well.
Yeah. So
I'll save my story for a future podcast.
I think that's a good idea. It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Beka. Beka, what are you drinking there?
I've got some Deer Hammer brandy. Is this apple brandy, Lenny?
Grape brandy.
Grape brandy. Oh, it's got grapes on it. I should have known that.
They could be
cork on there
apples,
sucks.
depending
Did you
on
get new
how look at it.
corks for some reason? Cheaper corks or something?
That was my story.
He did have. Look at these
See?
cool corks Lenny did have,
Exactly.
and now Lenny's got boring
Yep.
baby corks.
Yeah. I wonder why that happened. I wonder
Supply
what
chain issues, Lenny.
It happened pre-2020.
Oh, nothing there. That sounded like
Deer
Lenny
Hammer
with that
cork
cork.
pop.
All right, Lenny, you're next. What do you got, man?
I've got a bottle of Balcones Lineage Texas Single Malt.
Good cork pop.
That's our lead. That was weak, but it's our lead.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got from Stumpy's. I got Stumpy's Old Monroe here. This is known as the kicked in the nuts barrel because this is the one where Adam said, "Hey, I can only sell you one barrel at this time. I'll hold this one for you," and because I wanted to buy the other barrel. And then like 2 weeks later, he said, "Oh, by the way, I sold that barrel." So, but he gave me a bottle out of it. So,
That's nice of him.
yeah. Oh, that was good. That's the lead.
Yeah, it was okay. Lenny's was actually comparable in that one.
I don't think so. Not enough.
Bitch and complain, Steve. This is not a bitching
enough.
complaining show.
Not enough. Not enough. All right, Danny, you're next.
All right. Well, I've got a very loved bottle of bourbon Rubenesque by Woodhat.
Okay. Oh, Danny's killing every bottle tonight. It's all heels.
Nothing.
Not enough. Not enough. All right, Brandon, you're next.
Build that
All
bottle.
right, well, I'm gonna go the rum route again. I'm gonna get a Old New Orleans 25th anniversary King Creole.
35th, or is it 25th or 35th?
25th anniversary.
25th. Okay. Okay.
Oh, tell me I won that one.
That was
Oh.
good.
It was
Okay.
good. It was good. Not good enough. It was good.
Damn it.
That was better than yours, Steve.
Cailee, you're next.
Steve's just not going to listen anymore. I'm just going to hang up.
She probably will. That's happened before.
Oh.
Cailee, you're
Let's
next.
see if I can win it. So I got a bottle of Elijah Craig.
A brand new bottle again.
Yeah.
Her
that was
bourbon shelf has
It was a wedding
expanded
gift.
so much
The-
since she's been on shows.
This, by the way, these are usually good. The first cork pop. Then after that, they're terrible. But so this could be
Like,
good.
next time you invite me on the podcast, I'm not gonna have a damn one bottle.
We'll see.
open.
We'll
I've
see.
got all my
Okay.
last four tonight. So,
All right, you're between me and
All right.
victory. Let's see what you got.
so Elijah Craig barrel proof. Here we go.
Ah, damn it.
There it is. There it is. There's your victor.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Clean. So
Cheers.
cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Congrats
Cheers.
to Cailee. And we
So
lost
drunk you
Danny.
can't even call me. Can't even pronounce my name right. Kate, you called me like Callie that time. You had the long A come out.
Well, that's better though. You got the song then. Going back to Cali. All
There
right.
we go.
All right. So what we're going to do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about the whiskey to help us deal with our relatives this holiday season, or maybe just ourselves here on the crew. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and I'm excited to announce a brand new partnership with Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Many of you have perhaps heard of Leatherwood via our co-host on the Bourbon Daily, Cailee Baker, who works there. Well, they're now an official sponsor of the network, and we look forward to everyone getting to know a little bit more about them. Company founder Andrew Lang brought his brewing and distilling hobby with him during his years of service as a Green Beret in the United States Army. Whether he was at his home base of Fort Campbell or during tours of duty in places like Italy or Afghanistan, Lang distilled whatever was available to him locally. We are excited about getting to know Andrew Lang and his team better via our programming and are planning a trip down there for the ABV Network crew very soon. In the meantime, check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com, where they will ship bottles directly to you, including their special Remembering 9/11 series, which is raising money for military charities. Seriously, get out there, buy some bottles, help a good cause, and let us know what you think. We're really excited about this partnership. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
This is Freddie Mills, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're going to talk about the best whiskey for dealing with bitching and complaining, aka your relatives.
Yes, we are. So here's the contenders. So this is a bracket challenge. So the contenders are going to be the following: Wild Turkey 101, Old Forester 1920, Old Grandad Bottled and Bond, Booker's, Maker's Mark, Elijah Craig, Knob Creek, and Woodford Reserve. Which of these do you think you should have in stock and be sipping away while the relatives are there? Here's how it's going to break out. So, of course, that's who's involved. Here's the matchups. Old Forester 1920 is going to take on Old Grandad Bottled and Bond. Wild Turkey 101 takes on Booker's. Knob Creek takes on Maker's Mark. And finally, Woodford Reserve takes on Elijah Craig. Round number one, up first is Brandon. What do you think is the better choice here? Old Forester 1920 or Old Grandad Bottled and Bond?
You know, you picked the two perfect ones on this one for me. Old Forester, their story, it was medicinal. You get the prescription for it. Old Grandad was the family members fighting in the back room, all pissed off at one another. I got to go with Old Forester. There's
Old
too
Foe.
much personal to it.
Old Foe goes up 1-0. What do you think, Cailee?
Well, I've got both in front of me here.
Oh, that's right. She's doing the side by side.
Research,
You
so
shoot
we have-
both of these for each round? I mean, we've
Gonna
got
get
7
winged.
rounds here. Okay.
Oh, she's shooting them.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. That's
Yeah,
good. It's
Coming
fine by
in,
me.
coming in,
I
no
know.
bitch.
She's home. She's safe. She's
For
home.
9
She's safe.
shots, but
Yeah.
this will be 9 shots.
Okay. There we go. She's done both of these. I feel like this is the most educated of the two.
Woo. So I feel like when I'm going for trying to survive the relatives, I'm going for the most stout.
Okay.
And I have to say, I absolutely love Old Forester 1920, but I have to go for Old Granddad Bottle and Bond on this one.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
got a little more stout kick to it,
She felt like
What's-
the kick was there. It's
What's
115
the
proof.
on the Old Forester?
115.
115.
Yeah.
And the Old Granddad.
Versus
yeah.
100. Obviously, it's bottle and bond. So.
Yeah.
That's 100.
All right. But
I'm going to
maybe it's
ask you
just
all
smoother.
those, Kaylee, so you know.
It
I'm
was
ready
probably
for it.
just smoother in that example. So she felt like it had more oomph, the Old Granddad, despite the fact, which is good. It'll keep you upright longer.
I don't know. I mean, in my palate, I feel like the 115 is smoother in my
Yeah,
or
that's
the
what I'm saying.
1920.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So here's where we're at. Old Granddad Bottle and Bond is up 2-0. Danny, you're next. What do you think would be your choice here to survive the holidays? Got the in-laws, all the family. Uncle Bob is there. Hey, Danny, come here.
Man,
Everybody's got an Uncle Bob, don't they? Somewhere? I mean, I got
yeah,
Uncle
somewhere.
Bob. Yeah.
So-
got an Uncle Bob.
I mean, kind of hard to go with all this. I mean, because I like them both, but one's more of a sipper that I just would rather just sip on and enjoy, and the other one, yeah, let's just do a 9-ounce shot and get it over and done with. So let's go with Old Granddad Bit.
Okay, Old Granddad moves on. All right, next up, Kelly, you're going to be first. So you want to get these poured. Wild Turkey 101 and Booker's. Booker's does vary by the batch, but she'll share with what the proof is. Obviously, Wild Turkey 101 is, I don't know what the proof on that is. No one knows, actually.
No one knows.
It's Wild Turkey 101. I don't know what the proof is. So
Mystery.
I don't think they tell you, actually. It's a weird thing. They got
No proof on that one. I don't know.
No one knows. No one knows. It's a mystery.
Forgot I was muted for a second.
Your Booker's, what's your Booker's coming at?
So my Booker's is the actually 2016 batch.
Okay, nice.
It's called Bluegill Creek batch. Has a little
Bluegill
fishy on it.
Nice.
And it comes in at 128 proof.
128 proof. I used to have like a dozen bottles of that one because that's when they announced it was going up, and it was at Randall's here, and it was only $39. And so I went and bought as much as I could afford. And that was back in 2016. Yes, December of 2016.
I think I got that bottle in 2018. I found it sitting at a shelf. But anyways,
Nice.
let's see.
All right. So
the mystery proof Wild
Turkey 101
versus 128. All right, let's go.
128. All right. This will be interesting. So she's looking for a stouter pick here. So she's definitely leaning more towards what feels like is a higher proof. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is the higher, as we saw in the first round. She's going by what she's going to feel like as she's drinking these. Oh, that face there. Was that the Booker's of the second one? Yeah.
That was the Booker's. Yeah.
Oh, we know
27 proof higher. Yeah.
So are you going Booker's here?
I think, I'm going Booker's. It just has that kick that you really need when you're dealing with family members.
That means, Danny, you're next. Booker's or Wild Turkey 101. This is a tough match. Danny loves Wild Turkey, as we know. That's his favorite distillery, but doesn't mean it's going to win this necessarily this pick here. So what's your pick?
Well, like I said, once again, I mean, if you're dealing with the higher proof Bookers, you drink less. It doesn't take as much.
Yeah.
But
Danny famously drank a whole bottle of Wild Turkey 101, passed out, got a tattoo, a prison tattoo from his uncle who had just gotten out of prison, gave him a tattoo, and then woke up and didn't know he even got it. So Danny definitely has used that to deal with relatives in the past. So
So yes, yes, I'm going with Wild Turkey 101 again because I mean it's cheap enough who gives two shits of
Right,
how much
true.
you drink of it? So
Yeah.
save
very
the
true.
other expensive stuff to enjoy later.
All right, Lenny, how about you? What do you think is the pick here? Wild Turkey 101 or Booker's? It was a deal with relatives during the holidays.
I'm going to take a different angle. It's not so much what I'm going to drink to make my dealings with relatives easier, as much as, I mean, I'm well known when I hang out with my family to kind of wander off into the corner and just drink by myself and ignore them. But if I'm showing up to the house and everybody's there, which bottle do I break out that I would say puts people in my better graces, I guess, like or just topic of conversation. And I think of two family members. I've got an uncle who I think would respond to the Bookers because he kind of knows what he's talking about. Not that there's anything wrong with Wild Turkey, but I think, Bookers being a little harder to track down. And then I've got a brother-in-law who would take selfies with it to brag to his friends about, how he has Bookers at Thanksgiving.
So you're going to come from the angle of, hey, I'm their friend, but at the same time, then you're drinking too. So, yeah.
I mean, if I'm bringing something, I might as well make them happy. So
Sure.
Bookers, I'm happy to drink it.
Booker's is up 2-1 over the Wild Turkey 101. Miss Beka Sue, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to go with Booker's for the fact that it is 128 proof. So you're going to stop thinking about your family pretty quick.
Okay. Booker's moves on. All right. Next up is Knob Creek versus Maker's Mark, round number 3. Danny, you're first.
Knob Creek versus Maker's Mark.
I guess we'll have Cailee do a shot and do some consulting here. She might not even go this round. We'll see it. She's all the way to tiebreaker.
I'm ready. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Well,
Mama didn't raise no bitch, Steve.
Maker's has got quite a few different selections. If you,
I just have the regular, so I would say we're just going with the regular.
The regular.
I have, and look, if you see right behind my shoulder here, there's an entire shelf dedicated to Four Roses and Maker's Mark. So I have all of the selections, but I went with the regular because that's what I would bring to it.
I think that's what you bring. Yeah. In case Uncle Bob gets into it. Back to Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob is a preacher in my family. I don't think he'd ever be into the Maker's Mark, but let's go for it.
All right.
Let's go with Maker's.
Maker's. That means Maker's goes up 1-0. Lenny, you're next.
So following the same line of thought as before, I think.
Do you want any consulting from Cailee here?
Maybe.
Okay, Cailee, go ahead.
All right. So I have Knob Creek. Yep. So it's actually I might have fucked myself on this. This is a
115.
Liquor Barn. No, it's 120 proof.
Oh, nice.
So it's a Liquor Barn single barrel select bourbon versus just the regular Maker's Mark, which 90 proof. So may have fucked myself on this one. We'll see. Here we go.
Okay.
So Knob Creek.
Here she goes. Knob Creek. Well, she went through that pretty easily.
That's pretty damn good.
Okay, and your Makers.
I haven't experienced that bottle in a while. It was time.
Okay, she liked that. Of course, she's been drinking a lot, so. All right, and the Makers.
I'm gonna go for the Knob Creek on this one.
Okay, all right, Lenny. Now that's consultation. There, that doesn't necessarily mean you can pick whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was helpful consultation. So again, I need something more than just drinking by myself in the corner. So I would bring a story to this one. And I was recently at Maker's Mark. I drew a blank for a second. So I was at Maker's Mark. I took Amy on that tour. She had never been before. And amongst other cool things on that tour, because it's a really great tour. And our tour guide that day was excellent. I tagged a Maker's Mark barrel in their Rick house with a "No one cares that you're from Kentucky" deer hammer sticker. Very like not very obvious, but somebody eventually is going to roll that barrel out and be like, "What the fuck?" And I think that's great, and I think that'd be a fun story to tell everyone at Thanksgiving.
So you're going Makers.
Yes,
that means Makers goes up 2-0 over Knob Creek. All right, Miss Beka Sue, you're next.
All right, so Makers or Knob Creek. I'm going to go higher proof again with Knob Creek.
Knob Creek. That means Knob Creek has 1 vote. They're down 2-1. Brandon, you're next.
I was dead set on Knob Creek until I heard Lenny's story. I freaking love it. I've got to go Makers.
That means Makers. Makers moves on. All right. Next up is Woodford Reserve versus Elijah Craig. As Kelly gets that, prepares that, round number 4. Lenny, you will be first.
A good cork pop. Anybody else hear that?
Quit rubbing it in.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This
Woodford
is my,
Reserve.
by the way, this is my bottle of the Derby that never happened.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
The 2020 Derby.
Yes.
I think again, same theme. I'm gonna go with Elijah Craig, so I have something to talk about with regards to the man himself. I think their Woodford Reserve is great. Now, I like their pot stills and all, but I think there's a little story to occupy the otherwise bullshit conversation that would happen at Thanksgiving. So
Okay, so Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly, you want to do your scientific consulting?
So he keeps talking about Thanksgiving. Are we set to like this is a Thanksgiving bottle or like
No, this is
all holidays?
today's date is December 16th. Why would we go back in time?
Okay, just making sure.
I forgot about Thanksgiving. It's just a whole bad story.
I
Yes.
celebrate Thanksgiving in December. So
Yes, it's December 16th. So yes.
All right, so I've got my 94 proof Elijah Craig and my Woodford Reserve, which is what 90, yeah, 90.4. So
Okay.
well, all right, so we're pretty close here. Let's go, Elijah Craig.
Okay.
Pretty easy.
All right. And Woodford.
Did you hear that?
What the fuck is going on?
Okay,
Yeah, we
my
heard.
husband's watching the Titans game in there.
Oh,
Didn't know if
apparently
you
things aren't
heard
going
that or
well.
not.
Yeah.
He said fuck yeah, so I'm assuming that it's going well for us right now. That's great. But I mean both of these bottles are special. I will say I've opened a bottle of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof at a Thanksgiving event a year or two ago. But I would have to say probably Woodford takes it on this one for
Woodford. So Miss Beka Sue, here's where we're at. Elijah Craig's up 1-0. Our consultant here says Woodford's the better pick, but you get to make your own selection. You're your own person here. You're on mute.
I'm definitely going with Elijah Craig. You get a lot of like hazmat stuff with Elijah Craig, so that sounds great for the holidays.
All right, Elijah
Yeah,
Craig.
if I was going with the barrel proof I have, it would have been a 123.6 proof.
Ooh,
but I
there
already
you go.
went through that bottle this episode or like last episode or something.
Well,
So I don't want to do it.
Kelly's fading quick here, folks. Up 2-0 is Elijah Craig. Brandon, what do you think?
You know, for me personally, Woodford kind of comes over a bit hot. I've got to go to Elijah Craig.
It means Elijah Craig moves on. All right, folks, here's what our final 4 is going to look like. It's going to be Old Granddad Bottle and Bond will be taking on Booker's. Then Maker's Mark takes on Elijah Craig. Round number 5, up first is Miss Beka Sue. Old Granddad Bottle and Bond versus Booker's.
I really do enjoy Old Granddad, but if I wanted to go around and drink Old Granddad just throughout the day, I'd go with their 80 proof. And so if it's going to be Bottle and Bond or like a 128 with the Bookers, I'm going to go the 128 Bookers.
Booker's goes up 1-0. Brandon, what do you think?
You know, now I'm at the point we're making it into another round. I'm seeing Aunt Bethany wrap the cat, and
Right.
you know the RV starting to show up. I got to go to Booker's.
That means Booker's is suddenly up 2-0. Kelly, what do you think?
Are you serious, Clark? I go with the Bookers as well. Honestly, that's one bottle that it's so like just aesthetically pleasing that I would bring it to a holiday party and just impress everybody.
All right, next up is Makers versus Elijah Craig. Round number 6. Brandon, you're first. Makers or Elijah Craig?
Ooh, man, Lenny, I'm sorry. I really like the sticker, but I got to go to Elijah Craig.
fair enough.
Elijah Craig goes up 1-0. Kaylee, what do you think? Elijah Craig or Makers?
I'm gonna go with Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig is up 2-0. Next up is Danny.
Dinner's full. Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig. All right, so here's where we're at. Booker's takes on Elijah Craig. Round number 7. This is it. Kaylee, you are first. Booker's or Elijah Craig?
All right. So for the last round, I feel like I didn't really need to retaste, but I've got to retaste for this. So
Okay.
I got
For the
my
finals,
Booker's.
she does. All right.
Yes. And Elijah Craig.
Booker's versus Elijah. She's pouring.
But here's the question. Should I go with Elijah Craig, our regular 94 proof, or should I go with my barrel proof that I have right here?
Which year barrel?
Higher
Barrel proof.
We're going the barrel
yeah.
proof. We're going the barrel
Because
proof.
Barrel proof.
I think honestly both of these I tried at a Thanksgiving event a couple years ago.
Okay.
So, all right, barrel proof it is.
This is Christmas here around. But yes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
passed up Thanksgiving weeks ago, but yeah. For
But
some reason, we're hooked on that. It was such a good Thanksgiving this year that we're just
I guess
past it.
everybody likes to drink bourbon at Thanksgiving. I don't
Right.
know, but it's also good at Christmas too. So,
Okay.
fuck, I don't even remember
Kaylee, you're
which glass I
first.
poured it in. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
God.
this was the Booker's.
Wow, it's going downhill.
It is going downhill so quick. We got another show to do after this.
Yeah,
This
that's the
should-
Booker's.
Okay. Booker's or Elijah Craig. We're talking barrel strengths here.
Ooh,
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with the Booker's on that one.
Booker's goes up 1-0. Danny, what do you think? Booker's, or now we're going officially Elijah Craig barrel strength. What do you think?
I'll stay with Booker's.
Booker's goes up 2-0. Lenny, what do you think?
Well, I don't celebrate Christmas, so I'm going to celebrate Thanksgiving in December with my family. The same thing holds true. Yeah, I think that box with Booker's is going to stand up, so that's the one I'm going to sip on.
The Booker's. That means Booker's has won it. That's it. It's over.
Right.
Booker's wins. I think that's the choice, though, right? I think that's the one. No,
It's a good Christmas bottle
it is a good Christmas bottle.
and Thanksgiving. Yeah.
or Thanksgiving,
Just perfect with real tomato ketchup.
Exactly. Exactly.
Great for that.
There you go. Booker's is our champion. All right. Well, there it is. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Brandon, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Nakedspirits.com. We are a local distillery in the St. Louis area. We can ship all over Missouri. Also personally at STL Rum Guy on Instagram. And as always, we tell everybody just to drink naked.
Drink naked. There you go. Kaylee, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Cailee Baker. Nope, at the Bourbon Bakers or at Cailee Baker. Or come out and see me at Leatherwood Distillery. I always bake some good goodies to come in and.
Danny, how about you? Where can people find you?
I'm Danny Kennard, and you can find me on Facebook.
There you go. Lenny, how about you?
Well, you can find myself, the rest of Deerhammer, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Deerhammer, on the webs at deerhammer.com. We can also order a bottle shipped to your door, and you can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
All right. Miss Beka Sue. On mute.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps when people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right. Great job today, gang. Our audience will have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.